please, it would be important for you to leave processed sugars. For example, maybe bread or buns. The person may think I am against them. But remember, I'm trying to enforce a healthy lifestyle towards this person. So if I told you that this diabetes is yours, it's not going to come to my side, you may gain the sense of responsibility, and you may be self-aware. Actually, when I'm telling you that this hypertension is yours, I'm trying to instill the self-awareness. I'm not saying that I hate you. I'm not saying that I want you to leave the sugars and whatsoever, but I'm trying to instill the healthy lifestyle in you. So I'm happy that you've visited the places, and I would want to say that drugs are expensive.
Very.
The government cannot even invest in drugs for every Ugandan condition, and they finish it. So what you're saying about prevention is very important. What are some of the healthy lifestyle practices that you think would improve us, despite a person is poor but healthy? You know, you can be poor and again you're sick. When you be poor, you're thriving. But so the margins between the poor and the rich are very big, and shall not go back into the statistics. Now, tell us a few of the lifestyle practices that you think are very important for viewers of Google Data Vision.
Yeah, thank you very much, Daniel. Actually, this is very important because the way you teach, that is a very reason. This is the other thing. Now I think our society is much characterized by politics, but diseases are not political. That is what we should know. That diseases are not political. The good thing, we have had even those that in the government also almost crying for public fundraising. We have had them. That those are already that we think that these people, they should do this, they should do this, they should do this. That is the awareness, as you have said. It is the same thing, like a helmet. The traffic officer, you should not put on a helmet because there is a traffic office. It is your head. It is my life. When you get an accident on the border or without a helmet, it is not the traffic's head that is damaged, or life, or his family that will suffer. I think that is the very important thing. As you teach, it is very pertinent. But however, it is beyond you. It is beyond me. When you just imagine when you were a breadwinner, then you were hit by pressure. Then have you thought about the people around you, your children, your parents, your relatives? Because Mr. Daniel, you will agree with me that most of the men, you are here, but you have at least 4 people behind. I think some people, we should get to that point. But however, what can we do to prevent these diseases or these preventable diseases? Even actually with exercises, you can even prevent even communicable diseases. Because when the body is in good shape, it can be able to encounter any uncertainty that comes along. But exercise, I want to first define 2 things. There are people who are doing physical activities. When I talk about physical activities, I'm talking about like walking, like
jogging.
Somebody who is somebody to do a jogging is intention. But like walking, it is involuntary. The moment you want to move, you will move. You are doing maybe you are cleaning the house, maybe you are washing. All those are physical activities. Anything that expends what? Energy. Then you want to talk about exercise. Exercise, those are the physical activities we do with an intention to achieve a certain goal. So intentionality is very important. Then we, as our exercise physiologists, we have what we call exercise specific. Like for instance, you have talked about diabetes. Let's talk about like diabetes. Diabetes, we don't want to go into a lot of biochemistry, but we know that diabetes is the result of uncontrolled sugar in the body or in the blood. So what do you do to do that? Then what you do, first of all, as you have at least given some hint that there is people, they like junks, they like sugars and what. But it is very important, or you should be intentional if you have a nutritionist or you have your physician, you should be knowing that I'm taking this sugar in this quantity so that I do the exercise that can burn that sugar. That one, which is also another thing, because somebody might say, Dr. Daniel, you are talking about, but me with ice cream. We are twins. Yes, it is okay. We are saying you can take your ice cream, but with the knowledge that if I have taken maybe 2 grams, 200 grams, then I can do the exercise that equivalent to this, then, and I burn it. That one thing you can control. Then the other thing is the intentionality of exercises. These are the statistics. The youth, maybe before even that, I think we should even start from the pregnant mothers. That is, exercise starts from, we in sports science, we say that exercises are not learned outside. They begin from the embryo stage. In the age of fertilization, that is when exercises should start, because that person inside is depending on a mother's activities, whatever they are doing. So it is very important, even pregnant mothers, to start exercising. But when I talk about...
I want us to first complete the real explanations that you had.
Yes.
So that now we can go to categories of people that could do the exercises.
Okay. So now exercise, I told you that physical activity, those are the exercises we do involuntarily. Like walking, like doing a home work here, washing the car, such things. That is involuntary. The moment you want to do it, there is no way you are doing some activity, physical activity. There are people who are carrying things, that pushing wheelbarrows everywhere. They are doing physical activities. But now, here I think your intention, doctor, is to help everybody, because not everyone that has got that opportunity to do those physical activities, because somebody is having a car. From the house to the car, from the car to the office, from the office to the soft chair, from the soft chair to maybe to the car, still home. That is the routine.
To the soft bed.
Well, yeah, people have soft bed in it. Then when we talk about, I'm going to put emphasis on exercise, physical exercise.
So when you're going to talk about physical exercise, I want us to be clear on how long should an exercise be, the examples of the physical exercises that you want people to perform, the benefits of the exercises, and the complications of too much exercise. Yes, let's explore those.
Okay. One, the nature of the exercise or its intensity should depend on 3 things. One, what you eat.
Wow.
It is very important. You cannot burn calories that you don't have. It will be very dangerous.
So that means it will take us to the
nutrition
age group of the people, age group, and who is supposed to do such exercise.
So I'm coming. That's why I've started with nutrition. Then age group. We have children. We have
elderly.
No, we categorize them. We have early childhood. We have middle-aged,
adolescents.
Then we have adolescents. That is adolescents from 13 to 17. Or in boys, it can even go up to 21, depending on the biology. Then we have the elderly. But even if we are all 17, there is also what we call ability. We should sort people according to their abilities. We could be all 17, but actually, for you, the way you adapt to things is at a slow level. So we categorize those people. But however, that is when expertise comes in. Then, people, you maybe let me say youth, not to over-repeat ourselves. The youth, that is, we could go from childhood 3 years to 17 or 21. At least that person, you should have 600 minutes of exercise in the week. That means that
600 minutes, can we break them to daily?
Daily. That means if it is from Monday to Friday, that is an hour, 60 minutes.
Now let's
Every
do
day.
Monday to Sunday.
Monday to Sunday. So what you will do, you will get 600, then you divide by 7. That is approximately like 40 something minutes, like 40 something minutes. Then it should be intentional. Why we would say, is it like that? This age group, let's say we are all have same abilities. We are saying we can play games, like sports games, like football. We can do netball, we can do jogging, we can do sprinting, they can do whatever. That is why they give them at least that time. But from 35 to 60 something and above, at least you need 30 minutes every day. That which means at least you should be intentional to make sure at least you have 150 minutes every day. With from low to middle and some vigorous exercises, if you know how to do them. That is another challenge. It is not only doing one activity when you, and one of the challenges why people don't exercise regularly. Somebody will say, I'm jogging, and he jogs every day, so he gets bored. Because you know, I mean, as people, the more we do something routinely, we get bored then and we give up. Then you have talked about. Then we have elderly. We have 65 and above. And those ones, they also need...
Or senior citizens.
Okay, senior citizens.
We do not say the elderly. We say seniors. They have been in this country for some time.
Okay, if not on this earth. So
yeah, it is in this country. Yeah,
so
by citizenship, by birth and whatsoever.
Yeah, those people, they are also, actually, they are, I think, in critical category. First of all, even before they start the exercises, they need to have a professional instructor. One, the instructor, before you start any exercise, you need to have the medical background of that person. Check up. Then you need to consult your physician. Then what can I do? Because at that age, people always have some bony diseases like arthritis, osteoporosis. Those diseases, you know, as you age, the body metabolism sometimes relaxes. Then you used to move every day, now you are no longer moving. These bones, they have the tendency of shrinking because the stress they used to have, it is no longer there. Even the nerves, even the muscles, they lose their real youthy activity because now the activities have done what? Have reduced. So you need to know. Then we have that age, our senior citizens have gone through a lot. They develop some, maybe we'll find that somebody maybe had a fracture. So somebody has had some operations. So it is very important to know whether these people have had operations. If it is operation, it was which kind of operation, then which part exactly was operated. Also, it happens even, it cuts across, but in these early years, of course, it is by assumption that all people are okay. But at that age, really, it is very critical. They have some, you need to know whether they have diabetes, you need to know whether they have pressure, whether they have HIV, so that you can give the exercises. Then also we need to know, this type of senior citizen, has he ever been active athlete? Because that also matters. Somebody, but today I think I will give the common example. When we are growing up, we used always to see Schwarzenegger, John Rambo. We see those film stars. We use it to say that these people art is just a camera fiction. But actually, when Schwarzenegger stood for maybe California mayor, you could see that the guy indeed is muscular. So if those people have been doing serious, active or competitive games, that is also another category. that person has already got some level of fitness that it just needs to be maintained until. So those are some of the key things we should know. Then you have said the effects, the negative
of comprehensive exercise or intense exercises,
yes,
for a person who who were not meeting the criteria. I've recently lost my OB. He died, and he was involved in intensive exercises. We do not know what killed the young man. He was like 25 or 26. We had just completed school together 2 years back. And no one knows what killed this very young man. But he was in the gym all the time. He was even on the level of an instructor at the moment.
The problem we have in Uganda, where I have lived for some time, we have two types of, I would say, call them practitioners. We have people who just learn things
by seeing
or
touching,
or by touching, or by passion, that like a football. I think at least I have happened to be a footballer in my early years, but they would just come. You come. You come in the group. Then the coach tells you go around the pitch 20 times without having any health history. Because when we talk about exercises, what you have to know that you are putting your heart at work than normal. Because the heart is the central part in exercises, because it pumps blood. And the kidneys and the liver, because they have to filter the process. So somebody comes and says, actually one time was a certain restaurant that I will not mention. We were just having tea. I saw, I think a government official came, parked there, the Fortuna, they had their physical trainer. Then even before warming up, I saw him starting pulling biceps. And I told the person I was with that person, what he's doing is wrong. He might kill that man. There is a warm up. That is where professionalism comes in. Before any activity, it needs some warm up, so that you alert the body that actually we are going to do something that is not normal. So you prepare the heart. You were doctor, that homeostasis, the body temperature should be awakened that, boss, we are going to do this we are going to do this exercise. That is where we miss it. But why did we say that age is very important? Also the height and the weight. Then because I've told you that the exercise, it should be intention. Then first of all, we need to know which goal do you want to attain.
Weight loss?
Weight loss?
Fitness?
The chest? Competition?
Or the chest?
Or competition?
Or this...
whatever. So we need to assess...
Or the abs?
Yeah, what we want to achieve. So you might say that... Actually, some people, they just see their idols. I think we have here the weight lifter. Is it Mr. Viekwas? Somebody sees Viekwas on the TV and he says, I want to be like a Viekwas. My dear friend, Viekwas did not become like that overnight. There is what he has gone through. He has the pattern how he eats. Because the body in most cases depends on carbohydrates. Because they are easy to break. Before you do anything, you should know. So, can you, the nutritionist, you will tell us that actually, before the exercise, it is good you take some good carbohydrates.
Or a high protein meal.
High protein. Why? Proteins, we know that they don't last. You are going to use them, then they're going to administer to the what? To the muscles. Muscles, in most cases, depend on proteins. So, you will need to take. I told you what you eat. Then, son, if you tell me that, I will ask you, okay, you want to do a physical exercise, what do you want to achieve? Yes, I want to build the chest. Okay. Then I will take you to the nutritionist to give you the menu. That this is what you want. That is a physician. Now we do what need. So that you don't say that, because we need to know. Some people, like when you go to, is it St. Valley Kudembe, or we know there, you can see a man of 60 kilograms is actually carrying a sack of tomato, a sack of Irish tomato, almost 200 kgs, almost 4 times heavier his weight. That skeleton you are placing on that stress cannot bear it for some time. So now sometimes the people just go in the gym, no instructor. I said, he starts lifting, let me say that 50 kgs, that is your weight. Then somebody find him lifting the weight for 60. It is dangerous.
Would you want to recommend gym instead of physical exercise? Away from gyms, can we do these exercises at home?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you recommend, okay, gym and home exercise, which would you recommend?
The gym would be better if it has a professional instructor. Because there are a lot of things, some people, they fear distance. But actually, he can use is it cyclometer, that stationary bicycle. It can also, or the treadmill. It can substitute what you would have done on the road. But if there must be some good guidance, that, client, this is our client. It is not a master of people, they say, Muluganda, they call, let me go just and sweat. Exercises, it is not a matter of going and sweating. It is actually you are going for medical treatment. If we could, because you are going to work on cardiovascular system. You are going to work on your motor skills, that is a nervous system. You are going to work on your skeletal system. You are going to work on your muscular good system. It is a lot of things. It is the whole thing. So when you are dealing with exercises, you should know that I'm dealing with life.
Okay.
The moment you get that, you will treasure it. Because it is not hard. Some people actually in a Kabaka birthday run, sometimes I see people, they go, and I had a colleague, he told me that now I'm going to do 21 kilometers. Because I told him, why are you going
for the first time?
For the first time. Why are you going for 25 minutes? He said, anyway, that Prince Wasajjaran is 21 what? Kilometers. And I told him, do you know?
I will share a story. When you come from a break, how I ran 20 kilometers in Tassaran, and I was the second last. We want to thank you for watching Good Data Vision program. Takes a short quick break. But we return, we shall discuss more the relevance of physical exercises. And of course, we shall dwell more on the health benefits, rating them the non-communicable diseases. I am Kamara Daniel. See you shortly.
Good Day TV, transforming your life.
In the neighborhood, near stagnant water and mosquito breeding sites, malaria lurks, always waiting to strike. But fear not, for here comes Mr. Vaxa, the ultimate protector against malaria. For years, malaria has been one of the biggest threats to children under 5, making them weak and even putting their lives at risk. But now, the government is introducing a new solution, the Malaria 66. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health.
Good Day TV, transforming your life.
You are most welcome from a short quick break. I hope you enjoyed a very short break, how you exercised in case you took water, moved around the house, and now you are set again to listen from us here to Google Data Vision Health and Beauty Program. I want you to emphasize that I am Kamara Daniel, and of course I'm a nutritionist by profession, but I love when it comes to health awareness and education. That's why I'm here to Google Data Vision every Wednesday at 9 p.m. bringing to you such important program for your digestion and of course for you to put into practice. It is not just a matter of watching, but rather it is our code to you so that you can go and start doing these very important exercises. Mr. James, yes, before we went to promise our viewers talk about the importance of physical exercises, at least diverse. And I want us, when you say function, you rate it to non-communicable diseases like hypertension, like diabetes, like kidneys, like a function related to a body system, so that we can know why exercise is very important.
Yeah, when we say that you have said the system to the
Function of the exercise.
to the function. Let's say that for instance, the nervous system. That is the system that involves the brain and the spinal cord. Or whatever we are doing, this goes even to those you call the senior citizens. Sometimes they suffer forgetfulness. They start to forget some things. That means that you need it has to do with the brain. The brain. So when you are doing exercises, those cognitive activities, motor skills, first of all, you have to think. So you are putting your brains to work. Then you have to navigate that maybe how am I going to do these exercises. If say when you are like at 5, James is coming to take him through exercises. You have started thinking. Then you start to prepare. What shall I put on? Then where is my canvas? Where is my sportswear? Where is my track? So the benefits, people who are exercise, they put their brain to work. They don't forget easily. That's why there is a saying, I don't know who started it, but they are saying that teachers never grow old. No, the secret is they are always active. They have to think of the lesson plan, they have to think of marking, they have to take care of the children around the compound. So teachers always, they have activities that forces them to do what? To think. So actually, even playing, I'm going to give you a strange exercise. Even playing we call them games. The games like playing draft. That is an exercise. It is a brain. That is because you have to think. You have to calculate the moves. To play like chess, those are good games. To play like cards. I'm not gaming or betting, but cards. We used to call them matter to those cards. Then you put to think. You put your system, your thalamus at work. That actually, okay. If Daniel brings a monster, what is next? Actually, it is also a skill. If you have a child who is a slow learner for different cases, you can adopt those games at home. So that helps the system. That is the benefit. But remember, the body is interconnected. There is blood saturation. When we talk about cardiovascular system, the heart, the lungs, and what, when we say that we are going to do this, those are mostly the heart. When you exercise, those pulmonary arteries, okay, all the vessels that move. I don't want to use more scientific words for the purpose of our audience, but those vessels, are they vessels? I think, yes, those vessels that transport blood, that do what, you keep them wide the moment, because the intensity of the exercise determines the volume of blood that is being pumped per second. Then that also it will involve the liver, because we know that the liver is the main filter to filter the blood and whatever. So then the other thing when the body is heated, when the temperature rises, there are certain things that you are going to burn. Let's say like fats. So these, you know when we eat, you know that biology, when we eat, we call it
Maybe
we call it oh, I don't know why.
maybe a heavy meal. Can you use an example of a heavy meal?
So when you take the heavy meal,
For example, you went to a big hotel, they served a buffet,
Okay.
and you served yourself each meal under the plate. You feel that you've eaten a heavy meal.
so the body has the tendency. God created the man in the way that when it gets back and when it gets down in the stomach, it will be broken down. So the nutrients you need will go at work directly. Then there are those that will be stored. Then there are also that unneeded
Will be excreted.
will be excreted, but they will go into the what? The liver. So, which means after some time you will need to pass them what? Out. So when you exercise, first of all, when you are exercising, you take a lot of water. You have to hydrate every time you do what? You have to. That means, and you know, 50. It is 55 to 60. It is of the body composition is water. So we need to break down those things. So when you exercise, first of all, you put that food to do what? To work.
To action.
But however, I don't want people to misunderstand us. Don't go for exercises when you have just eaten heavy meal.
Okay, you should wait.
And you should wait at least
For like 2 hours.
Yes, at least, because we can cause problems. Somebody will say that I was on the TV and they said, the Dr. Daniel said, when you are eating
You start immediately.
You start immediately. No, it doesn't work at that way. So there is a automatic metabolism that will break down that food, their enzymes. Actually, things what we eat, they are controlled by enzymes. So actually, some people, there are things we eat that actually, when there are no enzymes that work on them, that is where sometimes we hear the food poisoning and whatever. So it is very important. So first of all, we started with the brain. That is your central nervous system. It will help, exercise will help you to be rememberful, you to be creative, to be active thinker in that way. Then when it comes to improve our heart health, it will help you. The vessels around there, they will be able to pump. And actually, the heart, all those pulmonary arteries, they enlarge according to the frequency of what? Blood being what? Pumped. That is where endurance comes from. You can say, like I was giving you the scenario, my friend who told me that he runs 21 meters in the Kabaka run because the Prince Wasajja runs then. But and if he thinks since he's younger than him, he can do better than him. But actually has never been even in the first 100. Why? That is where it is the heart rate. Because when you are regular, you start slowly. It is not a matter of death and
rushing.
No. You build it. That is, and it is called aerobic. So because we need the oxygen, which means your respiratory system will be very okay. Your breathing, I'm talking about your breathing system, your heart, whatever, it will be okay. Then your muscles, they will build up that resistance. Then it will, we know we have a lymphatic system. That one, it is our more of a body security and what. The more you put them to work, actually, the more exercises you do, the more you utilize the nutrients you take in. You put them to work there and then. So you find that you don't have excess sugars. Let's about the diabetes. That is called the sukari. We will not have that excessive sugar that will cause diabetes.
It helps the breakdown of the glucose.
Glucose, glycogen. So that is another thing. Then there is also, Doctor, I think I read some very important message on your status. Yes.
What was it about?
It was about fasting. That is a common mistake. People are replacing fasting with exercises. I know we are Christians, but still we are not void of what?
diseases, of course.
of the corn and outcomes and what and what. Because the moment you fast, I think almost in a 12 to 24 hours, which means your body, the carbohydrates will be already will be gone. You will need now to resort to your what? To the glycogen, the breakdown of what? Fats.
Ketosis. You enter into ketosis.
You know,
and now
I wanted to avoid those words because I want people to benefit all. But what happens when all the fats are broken down, when you don't know what is next? That is when people develop other diseases, like dizziness. Then people should do, there are some, so you should be with knowledge. At least if you are fasting, at least you should be in the know. I think that is where you need specialized nutritionists should help us. That when you are fasting, they actually take more carbohydrates and more proteins and some fats. But it is very dangerous to do long fasting, that long periods of fasting.
More than 12 hours.
More than 12 hours. Then at what we call breaking the breakfast, and then you don't have replacements.
Sure.
You go just dry, or maybe on water and maybe some piece of carpet or bread.
Dried the casoli.
The casoli, popcorn, chapati.
Casoli.
That is not a healthy living.
Or commando.
At least prepare some juice. At least you
Maybe
take
some
some
fruits
juice.
first.
Same with some fruits. That maybe you have some time and also you guide the people in that way. So how to break a fast, and then also to prepare. If you don't have much, maybe if you don't have a proper balanced diet, make sure you don't take long periods. If you have maybe 5,000, do like a 3, and you know that when I'm breaking, I will take a banana, then I will take a juice, then I will take some protein, then I will be able to take at least a yogurt. At least a yogurt. So that you, maybe water for water we can get.
Okay.
But so those are some challenges.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. James. Now, it looks like you focused on the people who are very old, who are very healthy to do these exercises. I want us to talk about special groups.
Special groups.
The pregnant mothers, we have the poor living, for example, HIV, and they are overweight, maybe they're obese. Which exercise would you want to recommend? The poor living with stroke, how can they be helped to do exercises? And so much more.
I'm going to try to. Now, pregnant mothers, these days, I think there is a lot of operations. We have so many cesareans, which wasn't the case before. So people say that the world has changed, but I don't believe that the world has changed. It is the people that have changed. Because now our living habits are different. Me and you, I don't know whether you are old as me. So, but for us, our mothers used to even to go in the garden when they are pregnant. They used still to fetch water when they are pregnant. They used to carry firewood when they are pregnant. They were doing their physical exercises in some way. So now the pregnant mother, with the cause, I want to caution this. Don't, when you are pregnant, don't just go for exercises without the recommendation of your physician. It is very important. There are people who have complications that need bed rest. So it is very important. Then you go, you visit your physician, then and you get this, and he checks whether you are what? You are okay for exercises. But let me assume that you are okay. That you are okay. Your doctor has
allowed you
to do exercises. Then don't just go on the uphill and start climbing it. No. Still, you can get a professional instructor or sports scientist or exercise physiologist, physiotherapists. They will know how to take you through. Let me give you an example, Mr. Daniel. If I do like this, I'm already doing an exercise. Just like this. So I am doing something about the muscles, about the couples, the metacarpals. I'm doing something about the blood saturation. The moment you do it for like this for a long time, you will start to feel a difference within. That is an exercise. So, but with the pregnant mothers, there is walking. You can walk like 5 minutes. Then there are exercises. Maybe for time purposes, let me first concentrate on what you should not do when you are pregnant. When you are pregnant, avoid to do exercises that are involving jumping. Because you have another person within. Then don't do exercises that overstretch you. Don't do 180 when you are pregnant. You are going to cause problems. Then avoid the high humidity. What is humidity? Avoid places of high temperatures, really high temperatures when you are exercising. Don't climb hills while you run. No. You can walk. You can do a bicycle. You can do a bicycle. You can jog. You can jog as you check, but it depends on the trimesters. You have to check with your physician that now I'm in which trimester, like which week, because like people in the second trimester, they don't allow them to do spine exercises, lying on the back, over bending, over what, because of the complication that may arise. So that is where you need the professional instruction, because but still in the third trimester you can do the pelvic exercises that can help you even to when at the time of delivery. It is girdle, pelvis girdle. You can do such exercises, but not overdo. That is where you need somebody to take you through. That is the pregnant mother, and then you take out of, make sure you hydrate as much as possible.
How much water should they take? Because now you're talking about exercises.
It is advisable that at least you take 1.5 liters or 2 a day. But when you are doing exercises, actually you can take even 3. Even actually when you are doing your exercises, it is okay to have your bottle of water, as long as it is not cold. Have a warm, what should I say? Normal temperatures.
Normal temperature, boiled and clean water.
Clean water, but not because sometimes I might say warm and then somebody first boils. But unrefrigerated, I would say. Then you can do and see as you move, then you see. And also you don't do non-stop. No, resting is part of exercises. There is also a part that I have not talked about, the recovery. You should allow the body to recover, even if you were competitive.
So if a person did exercise this 1 week, can rest the next week?
No. You should.
What is that recovery period?
Then you can do 2 days, then the other
day
the third day you do just light or exercise, maybe walk, maybe you can skip a lope, sorry, not a lope. You can skip a lope, maybe just light exercises as you recover, but be mindful of what you are eating still as you recover, because you are recovering from what did you lose? You should be knowing that actually if I took longer, I lost a lot of water. Let me do this as I recover. I lost a lot of carbs. I have to recover as I'm taking them, as you are waiting for tomorrow. So, and then the other group we were talking about, maybe allow me hint briefly about people with disability. People with disability, you are also supposed to do exercises in your own way. But people will say, because when we talk about exercises, everybody thinks about running. No, it is not only about running. People with disability, it depends which part of the body with such You know, there are people who can actually jump. There are people still who have crutches, but still they can do some exercises. If you come at Makerere, I will invite you when people with disability are playing basketball. You will be. It is very interesting. There are several games that people with disability can do. What? Actually, even if they are in a wheelchair, they can play netball. They can play basketball within that. So that activity, not like in take self-pity, you know, for me, I am like this, I am like this, I am like this. No, they can do good. Because even non-communicable diseases, they don't isolate.
Very true.
They don't isolate.
Very true. Thank you so much, Mr. James. Of course, he's a point scientist. And we've been having him since we began this program. And as we near to conclude it, I want to have the key highlight points from him so that you can draw well forward. And of course, encourage you to go and start exercise immediately. You're not limited to spaces. You're supposed to use whatever is available so that you can be a champion of your health. Just like I often encourage you and emphasize that the more exercise you do, the more important or healthier, the more mental, preventing yourself you become. Mr. James.
Yes, please.
Give us the last tips in just 2 minutes as we conclude this very program and your call to action to the government, to the public, the communities, and the individuals themselves about this health topic.
Well, as we are concluding, first of all, I want to encourage the parents to be vigilant where you are taking your child. Do they have physical activities? If they do have them, do they have a suitable instructor? That is very important. Then the good thing now we have started, now companies have started hiring us at least to take them through exercises at the evening hours. Then the other thing I want also to encourage there's whatever CEOs, those people in offices, there is even the modern way of conducting meetings. You can conduct a meeting as well as you are doing what? Your exercises. That syndrome of oversitting is not good. They call it sedentary lifestyle, everywhere you're sitting. Then the other thing, people, I want to encourage you to be intention in whatever you are doing, For me, even when I'm praying, I'm praying when I'm doing an exercise. I know I can decide to pray when I'm moving around. We call it pacing. I can do, some people, I think there are people who have nerve issues. They ask you, when for me, I have the part sometimes I feel electric, whatever shockings, moving up and down. Some people, they have challenges in the feet when they are walking as if they are stepping on pins, those exercises, those things, they can be curable with exercises. The same thing with people with diabetes. As long as you have not started insulin, it is not too late. That one can be worked upon with still exercises. We call them inline exercises. We may not exhaust them all in this time we are having, but at least you should be intentional. Then the other thing, what you can do, you can decide to form a group. Then at least you walk, you do something, you stretch every time you stretch. But before you start any physical exercise, make sure you first warm up. First warming up, what do we mean by warming up? At least if you were to run, start at the slow pace, and you will feel your body that at least it has started generating some heat. Then you can still start pacing. Then people with hypertension, people that one, it is a longer. It is a gradual process. Yes, if you are in that category, you just need a good physiologist or physiotherapist to take you through that. And I think at Makerere we have the Students Association. You can Makerere Sports Scientist Students Association. So services, those people can be achieved at a cheaper rate because they are students. And also at Makerere, every Friday and Wednesday we have exercise class at the natural science. I don't nutrition. You are just there down at.
Are they for free?
Yeah. When we are there,
I know the one for the Ministry of Health.
Well, here in Makere we have that service at every Wednesday and Friday at 5 up to 6. So you can come and interact with more knowledgeable people. You will find doctors, you will find us there. How can I do? And also students can do that.
Thank you so much, Mr. James, for joining us on Good Data Vision. You've been a good viewer. And of course, we'd like to encourage you to watch Good Data Vision, our social media platforms, including LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. And of course, enjoying our Christian programs that inspire, encourage, and bring you hope and faith to wherever you are. I'm Kamara Daniel. Hope to see you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.